Hello, my name is Christanie Jeune, and in today's video I'm going to start off by giving you the main focus, the main focal point for this YouTube channel. So what is the main reason for this YouTube channel? This will serve as the YouTube introduction for this particular channel. So what is the main objective of this YouTube channel? The main objective of this YouTube channel is basically to transfer my ideas onto you guys. Anything that interests me, anything that I find interesting, anything that I love, anything that I think it's a good idea, like the movies that I love to watch, the ideas that I love, anything that I'm interested in, this is what I'm going to share with you with my YouTube channel. So the main objective of it is just to transfer ideas, to transfer the stuff that I love, and to basically share my ideas with you guys. And the main things I really want you guys to do is to basically sit back, as I would say, relax, and just enjoy the channel. And if my channel inspires you in any other way, then great. That's my basic objective, so that you guys will enjoy and thoroughly come to bookmark or like or take it and subscribe when you feel that it's the channel for you, like you find it useful for you. Please do not feel any need to subscribe if the channel doesn't talk to you. I know that I love YouTube. I always wanted a YouTube channel, and whenever I subscribe to a channel, it's because I absolutely love it, or I find the idea so useful, and it's like me basically bookmarking that channel, so I could keep coming back and forth on that channel. So use my channel in that way. All I ask now is that if you're not a subscriber, just enjoy, see if you like this content, and it would be the ultimate thing when you do enjoy it to just subscribe when you only feel that you enjoy the channel. But my main objective really is just for you to sit back and enjoy the content, that it would be useful to you, that you would find it, the parts that are entertaining or informative to actually reach what they're trying to reach to you. Like if you find something you really love it, my main goal is that like you could come and reference my channel, like you find things that you really enjoy about it and that you keep coming back and coming back. Like my main objective is just that it could serve as a channel where whenever you feel like, oh, I need some entertainment, or I need some information, or I need to find out some cool things that are going on right now that I just want to learn about something new, and you would like bookmark it or subscribe it as your type of bookmark, and that you come back and just say, look, oh, whenever I feel like I'm interested in a topic, or I would like to get to know something about a new topic, I thoroughly enjoy her videos. That's basically my main objective for starting the YouTube, is that you would thoroughly enjoy it. So today I'm gonna do it like a normal video aside from that introduction, and I hope you're gonna love this. You're gonna love my stint on YouTube. I'm gonna be here as long as possible because I thoroughly enjoy it here. Okay, so the first topic is the recent assassination of the Haitian president, Jovenel Moïse. The second topic will be productivity. And the third topic will be the main focal point of today's video, will be the synopsis and review of the film, The Perfect Woman. This is a Nollywood film. So to start off with, I'm not going to get too into this topic. I just wanted to address it because it's important that if you have somebody you know who is Haitian, if your parents or your family is still in Haiti, that you talk to them right now, because right now they're going through a very difficult time. Okay, what has recently happened is that the president of Haiti, Jovenel Moïse, who was a very controversial president, has just been assassinated. Now I'm not gonna get into any details. I just wanted to briefly touch on this topic and to briefly touch on this subject. So as long as I've been a kid, being from Haiti, there's always been times where there's always something, where there's a lack of peace in my country. It's always something from day to day, year to year. It's always something. Either it's a natural disaster, either it's corruption, or it's something that's going on. My eventual hope is that Haiti would find peace and that it would flourish just like it did in its beginning stages when it gained its independence. And I just wish for it good things, you know, as any person would want for their home country. What I actually, due to the events with the president recently being assassinated, I felt I should talk about this subject just briefly, and to ask you guys to check in on your family members who are still in Haiti. If you know anybody who's Haitian, to check in on them, because I would imagine, just as this situation is traumatizing for his children, beyond traumatizing for his children who have just been orphaned now by their father, and it could be their mom also, because she's been also shot several times. The Haitian people, they're feeling disoriented right now, as I would imagine if you come from a country and your president has just been assassinated. It seems like you've been orphaned almost, because now the father of your country has been killed. Now, we could always get another president, I understand that. But just imagine that if it was your country, where it would be chaotic for you. There'd be a system of chaos right now. It would be also disorienting. You woke up one day, you had a president, the next day you don't. It would just be disorienting, destabilizing, and just chaotic for you. And so please check on those people, because right now I don't think they're okay, and they're not okay. They're not okay. Please check in on your family members who are still in Haiti. And I really pray the best for my country right now. They're going through a very hard time right now. Okay, so the next topic I will touch on is productivity. Now, in American culture, especially workplace culture, and the culture in general, there's an idea that being productive against all odds is healthy. And it's not. It's not healthy at all to be productive 100,000%. Like when you rest, that's a form of productivity also. Because when you're resting, what's happening is that you're regaining strength, you're rejuvenating, and you're refocusing, refreshing, and you're rebuilding. Like when I was growing up, I remember I used to go to my cousin's house, and she would have a video game, and it was like an early 90s video game, and there would always be like two opponents, so we each would have a console. And while we were playing, if the character would be shot dead, there'd be a chance where if they were shot dead, we could either attack them at their weakest point, but there would also be something else that would happen. If we didn't get to attack them when they were like shot or wounded, when they were on the ground, they would start breathing and rejuvenate. They'd be resting. And the thing is, we didn't want them to do this, because once they're rejuvenated after a few seconds or so, a full 7 to 10 seconds, they'd come back up. And when they'd come back up, they'd be stronger than ever. They could basically annihilate the person that tried to wound them or try to fatally hurt them. And what I'm trying to tell you is that if a video game is showing you that characters within it, once if they're wounded, they're resting, and as they're taking deep breaths through the rest period, and they're regaining their strength, and they're coming back harder than ever, what is that telling you about the human being, a human being? I think a lot of times we really have it wrong, where we're always doing things, but we're never being. Sometimes you just need to sit down or just rest or sleep or go on vacation and really just hone in on just relaxing, so that not so that you could be lazy or anything. This is not about being lazy, but so that you can rejuvenate, rebuild and renew. So please rethink this culture of, if the boss comes around, let me look like I'm doing something, let me look out like I'm productive. And don't forget about it. If you're applying for a job, they'll give you 3,000 types of functions to do. Let's normalize not only an hour break, but cutting that hour into chunks, so that throughout the day we're taking 30 to 15 minutes breaks where we're truly rejuvenating and relaxing. Or if we're taking the hour break, let's act like the European countries who fully take the hour break. And let's not reward people who come back early from break, like 15 minutes, and they have a 12-hour shift, and they have several things they have to do. It's just, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy way of looking at things. Let's normalize rest as a form of productivity. Okay, so then the final topic, and this is what I really wanted to get into, the juice of the video. So then the final topic will be the synopsis gist of the Nollywood film, The Perfect Woman. So The Perfect Woman stars, I would say stars 4 or 5 characters, 5 main characters, but some of them appear less than others. So the main character is Yvonne, played by Monalisa Chinda. The love interest, Bob, by Mike Ezironye. Iniedo is like an antagonistic character. And then there's one that's called Edith. I did not catch her real name. And then finally there's Lucy, played by Uche Jumbo. So to begin with, the film starts off with Yvonne, played by Monalisa Chinda. She's the main protagonist. She's the protagonist of the film. She comes back from America after studying from abroad to her mother's home. And the thing that I love about Yvonne is that she reminds me of myself. Like her mom, she has a great head on her shoulders. She has a great head on her shoulders, and she just wants to do right by her mom, and she wants to do right by her dad. His legacy, he passed away. So the mom, before his dying wish, she promised him, the father, that she would honor him and his legacy. So that's what she's aiming to do in the whole movie. And I really resonate with this character because she just seeks to do right. Like, her moral compass is just, it's firm. She has a good head on her shoulders. So when she comes back from abroad, from America, she meets up with her old friend Edith. They used to be grade school friends. And she meets up with Edith, and Edith is friend with Inyobong Edo's characters. And she is also friends with Lucy, who is played by Uche Jumbo. Now, when she's meeting up with them, she finds out that they're all like the prime minister's children. So that means they have silver spoons in their mouth. And the thing about these 3 girls is that they're very corrupt. They do things like, one of them, Lucy, she's into drugs, and Edith, she bribes, she connives, she just basically is indecent. All 3 of them are really indecent. They don't have good character, and they're gonna, if they keep going down the road that they're going through, they're gonna self-destruct because they're basically going down the wrong path. Unlike Yvonne, who's seeking to just honor her mom, honor her family, and just be the perfect example of a good daughter. She reminds me of me. But anyway, so to continue, the president of Nigeria the president's son is played by Mike Ezironye. And the thing about this movie is that the father, who's the president of Nigeria, he wants his son, who's 29, to, before his 30th birthday, to get married to what is to be his wife. So he has a little reception for him, and he says, I'm going to invite the prime minister's daughters, and Edith invites Yvonne. And so what you must know about Mike Ezironye, who in this film is called Bob, that's the Nigerian son's name in the film, is that he's also like Yvonne. Turn the light on. Can you lie down for me, Dad, please? I'm doing a film.
You doing what?
I'm recording something. I need the light to show through. Okay, so then the Nigerian president's son is played by Mikey Jeune, and the film he's called Bob. Now I don't mind that he's called Bob. That's not a horrible name, but out of all the names you could have named the president's son, why would you name him Bob of all names? Bob. Like I would have went with Robert. Robert would have been okay, but the name Bob is just absolutely ridiculous that the Nigerian president's son is named after an American plumber. Okay, so I have issue with this, why they would name him Bob. Out of all names, they could have named him, like, I don't know, Kalichi or something with a face with it. Well, anyway, the thing I love about this film is that it is entertaining, highly entertaining film. Like in this film, it's Nollywood at its finest. It's the classic Nollywood that I know and love. It's the Nollywood that the era between 2006, 2014, 2015 era, where Ini Edo was like reigning. Malisi Chinda, Uche Jumbo, Mikey Jeune, all these people, Saint Obi, all the main like front runners of the Nollywood game of that era. Like that's my era right there. That's the golden era of Nollywood, classic African film. I love that era. And this film, like the previous video I did where I was speaking about Nollywood heroines, and that era I was speaking about, that's the era. This is the classic era that I'm speaking of the Nollywood film, where it's filled with suspenseful music. It's filled with drama. It has action. It has witty and yet very entertaining dialogue. It's like it's an entertainment show from start to finish. This is that era that I speak of. So then Mikey Jeune, he's a son. What you need to know about his character is that he is also into honoring his father. He loves his dad and he just wants to honor his father. So he does what he says, and the father does a little banquet for him. And in the banquet, Yvonne, played by Malisi Chinda, is invited, although she's not a prime minister's daughter. She's her mom has limited means, you know, she's doing the best that she can. And the other three, who are prime minister's daughters, who are not on the right path, are also invited. And I get from this movie Cinderella vibes. And as you're watching this movie, if you do check it out, I will link it down below. You will also get the same type of vibes, like a modern day corruption, Nollywood, Nigerian Cinderella vibes. And that's what I really like about this film. I'm getting Cinderella vibes from it. So then when he goes into the banquet, immediately he looks at the other three. He's introduced to Ini Edo character. He's introduced to Lucy, played by Uche Jumbo, and then Edith. And then immediately after he sees Malisi Chinda, it's like he is caught off by her beauty. She's caught off by her modesty. Like the way that she carries herself is, you see that she's not like the others who are just something different about it, and it catches his eye almost immediately. So they're at the banquet and the others are like chumming up to him. But what you must know about Malisi, Yvonne's character, is that she's just there to support her friends, and she doesn't want anything really to do with it. She just wants to support them. But immediately from off the bat, she catches his eyes. So throughout a series of events, he starts trying to hone in on Yvonne. He wants her to, he sees that he could get used to somebody like her. And through Edith, who's Yvonne's friend and who is the prime minister's daughter, he starts to like infiltrate into her life, and he starts to see that they're a lot alike more than different. So when Edith picks up on this, she begins to hate Yvonne. And what ends up happening is that the other two are also picking up that there's something that he's favoring her more than them. And then what ends up happening is that Yvonne is like, she becomes a target, because what's happening is that they want him for themselves, and it's like, to them, he's like even game for them. He's a trophy for them. But for Yvonne, she just doesn't want anything to do with him, and she just wants to keep her peace and stay out of what's going on, because she just wants to honor her mother, and that's basically it. But the more that she tries to keep her distance, the more she keeps on attracting Bob's affections, his attention, because he could see that she has a pure heart, and he could see that she really is gonna make him a great wife. So then throughout the film, what he's trying to do is to get her, to woo her, and she reluctantly eventually agrees. And then that's when the story actually starts, because what you need to know is that the other three are the prime minister's daughters, and they're into all types of bribes, like into all types of vices. So what we will see happening in this film is corruption, kidnapping, solicitation, blackmail, attempted murder, attempted assassination, attempted the girls acting conniving. You'll see suspenseful music, outrageous wigs. You'll see Nollywood at its finest. Suspenseful music. Did I say that? Suspenseful music. And you'll just see the characters become alive. Now, one thing I do realize about this film is that the editing is tight. The editing is tight. Like, they did not come to play with this film. Like in most Nollywood films, you will see that the editing isn't tight. They don't do it well, where sometimes it will ruin the whole movie. This movie is not it. They did a good job at tightening up all the loose ends, putting all filling up all the plot holes. There's no holes. Everything is accounted for. Everything is tied up in a neat bow. And this film is highly entertaining. So guys, when you get the chance, please check out this film. Please check out this film, because it's a very highly entertaining film. I recommend it like so much. So that's basically the video for today. The film has a Cinderella vibe, which I really gravitate towards, because that's one of my favorite type of vibes to get. Like I love when something has that vibe where it's like there's a character, and it's like it has that vibe. So guys, when you get the chance, please check out this Nollywood movie. I will link it down below. And also, to go back to what I'm saying, to the main point of this film, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy it. And I just want you guys to sit back, relax, and fully enjoy yourself. So again, my name is Christanie Jeune. Please enjoy this channel. Thanks.